The Magic Tree and Her Family, a relaxing story by the Alleyway. Do you remember the story I told you about the magic tree? Well, today I'd like to tell you more about the tree and her family who live deep inside her. It is summertime now, and the magic tree looks an even more vibrant shade of green than usual, probably after all the rainwater she has devoured during the winter and spring seasons, which Mother Nature kindly provided for her. She has also grown even taller, maybe another foot since my last story, protruding even higher into the sky, towering over our garden with her magnificence and majesty. And as I told you before, she is an evergreen tree, which means that she has managed to maintain her leaves and branches perfectly intact, which is an amazing achievement, don't you think? She still likes to dance in the wind and sunbathe on sunny days, and she still sleeps at night and awakens in the morning like you and I. She is still very mysterious too, but we are very privileged today as she has been generous enough to share with us some information and knowledge about her family who reside deep inside her branches. So, why don't you sit or lie back comfortably, and I shall begin to tell you what the magic tree divulged to me about herself and her family. And remember, this is a very rare and memorable moment, as she normally likes to keep her life very private and her secrets to herself. So let me begin by introducing you to the magic tree properly. She is, as I said before, a large, very tall, overpowering evergreen tree, known as a coniferous tree in the world of nature. And she is home to many different species of wildlife, which I would like now to introduce to you. I think we'll start with the cheeky little squirrels, you know, the ones that boldly entered the birdhouses and greedily munched away at their food. Well, they still do this regularly, and yes, they still hang like chimpanzees, descending from the tree or birdhouses head first. They are agile little creatures with soft grey fur and bushy tails, and big brown eyes, which give them excellent eyesight. They have large pointy front teeth called incisors, ideal for gnawing through nutshells. And since my last story, there has been a new little arrival. Yes, a baby squirrel, and he is so cute. So now to give you their names. Father Squirrel is called Zack, and he is the biggest and boldest of them all. And he has the bushiest tail too. Then there is Mother Squirrel, Zara. She is more timid and a bit nervous and like Zack. And let's not forget Baby Squirrel. His name is Zorro, which is very apt, and he is very brave and bold like his father. He isn't afraid of anything. He comes right up to our kitchen door and looks inside just like his father has done on many occasions. Perhaps he is looking at his reflection in our glass door. Zack has really gained weight since I saw him last too. He's obviously been enjoying our bird food too much. I sincerely hope he is sharing it fairly with Zara and Zorro. Anyway, moving on to some other family members who dwell inside the magic tree. Do you remember me mention the blackbirds and their beautiful singing voices? They sing from their souls as they perch on the end of one of the magic tree's branches, with rich voices almost flute-like. Well, let me tell you their names. Mr. Blackbird, who is the one with the glossy black plumage and orange bill, well, his name is Sage. And Mrs. Blackbird, who has dark brown feathers and a yellow bill, her name is Saffron. Do the names remind you of anything? Yes, of course. They are also names for herbs we use for cooking. And they are both still very happy living in the magic tree. They live towards the top of the tree, and they start their singing every morning before we have our breakfast, almost like an alarm call. It's like a beautiful choral concert which starts our day off well. Sage and Saffron often fly away together during the day, leaving their nest to search for food and to have fun exercising their wings, which keeps them fit and healthy. They look so free flying from tree to tree before returning to our magic tree. We haven't seen any new additions yet to their family, but I'm sure it won't be too long now before their little ones emerge shyly and sweetly from their nest inside the magic tree. Then we have the wonderful gregarious wood pigeons, who waddle along like ducks until they take to the air and show off their beautiful big expanding wings, which are widespread and mighty, and carry them high into the sky where they appear twice their normal size. Their names, by the way, I forgot to tell you, are Woody and Wendy. And they always seem to be together, following each other around, a bit like that game, Follow the Leader. They sing together, in a deeper voice though than Sage and Saffron, but they are equally as tuneful. They love splashing around in the bird bath and drinking as much of the water as they can to replenish themselves with moisture, using their beaks cleverly like straws. They feed fervently on our seeds and indeed enjoy anything placed on our bird table. And they seem to follow the same routine every day before flying back onto a branch of a nearby tree prior to returning safely home to the magic tree at the end of their busy day. Then, of course, there's Bluebell and Jasmine, the pretty little blue tits, who acrobatically and boldly bob around on the magic tree's branches and fly like little fluffy fairies back and forth to our wooden bird feeders when they feel hungry and drink thirstily out of our bird bath. They seem to bounce up and down like tiny bungee jumpers, as if attached to elastic bands. And they are such sweet and funny little creatures, and seem to be the most agile birds in our garden, even hanging upside down at times from branches or our bird feeders in order to reach the seeds. They really amuse us and make us laugh. I must remember to tell you about the funny little finches too, Feather and Fluff. They are so amusing, frolicking and flying fearlessly together around the magic tree and around our garden. They simply love the seeds and nuts we provide for them and replenish for them every day to keep them happy and chirping cheerfully. Feather and Fluff are our smallest feathered friends who live in the magic tree. But I have to say, I think they are the boldest. They are not afraid of anything, and they are tiny enough to hide from any danger from predators, camouflaging themselves cleverly in their natural surroundings and silently and sneakily maneuvering around. I must tell you about our new arrivals too, the two robust robins, Rudy and Rita. they only recently moved into the magic tree, but by the way they behave, you'd think that they'd lived in her forever, as they are so confident as they parade proudly around her branches and around our garden, expanding their red chests and singing soulfully. They dig for earthworms and enjoy our nuts and seeds. They really have settled so well into their new abode deep inside the magic tree, and they seem to have been accepted well into the rest of her family. Another new arrival in our garden is Walter the woodpecker. Now he is a noisy one, but he doesn't actually live inside our magic tree, but in an old tree beside her, where he continuously drums into its hollow trunk, trying to make a home for himself and frantically searching for insects for food. It is like being in the jungle sometimes when he's around, as he establishes his territory, listening to his rapid rhythmic drumming sound as he pecks away at the wood. But at least he's doing a useful job too, by keeping the tree healthy and preventing insect infestation. So keep pecking, I say, and keep those insects at bay. Walter is a bit of a solitary soul, loves his own company, but is a little shy with the other birds and creatures. He is not a big socializer, and the other creatures seem to respect his wishes and leave him to it. Anyway, all the little creatures live so happily and harmoniously most of the time, and have formed a caring community inside and outside the magic tree. And little conversations can be heard now and again as they share their stories and discuss their plans and dreams. And all is well with life generally in our garden. Until, of course, the manic magpies appear. There are two of them, Myrtle and Matilda, who occasionally visit and make their presence known with their loud, overpowering cries, threatening to take over the magic tree and her territory. But we have managed to scare them away on several occasions, hoping that they won't return to disturb the perfect equilibrium of our magic tree family, who dwell together in peace and harmony and respect each other's privacy and purpose in life. Whoops, I nearly forgot to tell you about Beatrice the butterfly and Bobby the bumblebee. Remember them too from my previous story? They too still frequent our garden and hover harmoniously around the magic tree. We love it when they come to visit, as they bring some extra colour and interest to our garden. They truly delight us with their divine presence and their unique shapes and forms. Sadly, they don't appear that often, but when they do, they really brighten our day. All the creatures and all of nature appear to have a purpose in our garden, a role to play, and provide pure pleasure for us to enjoy each and every day. Well, the magic tree is quite tired now after sharing so much information about her family with us. And I think she deserves a rest now. Some time to relax in the sunshine and enjoy the rest of the day with her family. And when she has more time, perhaps she will share some more secrets and stories with us in the future. Maybe in the autumn. Let's just wait and see.